Thank you, Kate Henry. To open the exhibition, we have invited Dr. Yang Li, who represents Liu Xiaobo's family. Dr. Yang Li was a Tiananmen Square activist in 1989, and after that traveled to the United States, where he earned 2 PhDs and then founded the Foundation for China in the 21st century. From 2002 to 2007, he was imprisoned in China. He now lives in the US. Dr. Yang Li.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm humbled to open this exhibition to honor Liu Xiaobo. Just as yesterday, it was so deeply humbling to recognize the spirit of dignity and humanity that Liu Xiaobo embodies. I have no enemies, Liu Xiaobo famously declared in Tiananmen Square. And 20 years later, when imprisoned for a 4th time for a crime of expression, he said it again. I have no enemies. At the root of this declaration is an inspiring challenge. A challenge to all of us to transcend ourselves, our own sacrifices and suffering, our own moment in history, and think in terms what is necessary. Liu Xiaobo's example demands that we consider our lives in the broader context of the survival and progress of the entire human family. Liu Xiaobo truly represents a new kind of politics in China. A politics not based on hatred of an enemy, but on love for human dignity and the fundamental human desire to be free. Yet, in China, the vestiges of a simplistic and antagonistic philosophy, cynically deemed class struggle by the ruling regime, continues to inform politics. The regime continually prods its population in the direction of hatred and resentment, the steady supply of which is needed in order to maintain its position. The Chinese Communist Party needs the dark side of human nature. It needs a population that either subscribes wholeheartedly to the naked calculus of power politics, or one that is too cynical, fearful, or indifferent to care what it does not want. Indeed, what it cannot survive is a nation of Liu Xiaobos. If we base our action on the principles that Liu Xiaobo has not only embossed, but for which the Chinese government has imprisoned him. If we base our actions on the principles that have been honored this year by the Nobel Committee, if we base our actions on the principle on display in this exhibition, then we cannot help but be emboldened in our struggle against the injustice. But this struggle is often asymmetrical. As we have seen time and again in China, injustice frequently finds itself favored with far more resources. But we have also known, on an even playing field, justice prevails. And what will help even the power calculation will not be a movement based on fear or hatred, but on the transcendent ideals of Liu Xiaobo. For no deep and sustained manifestation of injustice can long survive a population of people who are willing to take up this challenge with whatever modest means are at their disposal and say, I too am Liu Xiaobo. I too have no enemies. Thank you.
And now, Miss Yelibu and her sword dance. And ladies and gentlemen, remember, no photo.